Morning and welcome to Yoga with Natalie, Monday the 5th of December. And today we are doing hip openers. So hip openers are a lovely way of just releasing any tension that you might feel in your hips. And also it's very good for the lower back. The thing about your hips is it's said that we also hold our emotions there. So if you suddenly feel like you have a bit of anxiety being released, or even if you feel like a bit teary during or after any of the poses, don't worry, you're not alone. Either other people are feeling the exact same, or I've been there already, so I know how it feels. Okay, so I'm just noticing how bad my hair is, and we're going to start in a hip opening yoga pose, butterfly. Okay, so butterfly. Now I'm keeping on my hoodie and my socks for a while. So feel free to do the same if you wish. So butterfly is the feet. So if you come from cross-legged, we're just bringing our feet apart and bringing the soles of the feet together. Now, depending on your inner thigh muscles, your knees might come down to the floor, or they might be quite high up like mine. And just to release any, I'm just actually walking my feet off the mat towards the camera a bit more because it feels more comfy for me now. I'm not like, we're not looking to go into any deep stretch right now because we're just starting, okay? If you wish, you can grab 2 blocks and just wedge them underneath your hips. So take a few moments to find a nice comfy spot, okay? So that one. And we're going to do this pose again at the end. I'm actually going to now take off my socks because I have zero grip with them on. Okay. Just feeling that there. So feel free to move your legs in and out, your heels closer to your bum and further away until you find the spot that feels good for you. Okay. If you can sit with your back unsupported, great. If you feel that you need support on your back, just make sure you're not sitting into your lower back, like, or bulging your back. Try and keep it as straight as possible. Yeah, my hips are, I'm really looking for this class because my hips are full of tension right now. Okay. If you wish, you can take your 2 thumbs, put them in the inner arch of your soles of your feet and turn your feet upwards a little bit so the soles of your feet will be facing up. If that's too odd and painful for you, like, or any type of pain is reacting in your knee or anything, just don't do it, okay? You can let your hands rest near your ankles. You can hold your hands resting on your knees with your palms of your hands facing up. Whatever is comfortable for you. And breathe. Remember, don't push into any pain during this practice. A normal stretching feeling is okay. That's normal. We're looking for a certain amount of tension, a certain amount of resistance, because then we know we're doing something. But pain, any sharp pain or anything that doesn't feel good, and you trust your own instincts, you know what feels good and what doesn't. Then just back off and go back to a pose that did feel good while the class continues on. Okay? Exhaling everything out of your lungs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, and release. Following your own breath now. Feeling the fresh oxygen coming in through your nose and out through your nose. Giving yourself a moment to arrive on the mat. And when you're ready, either keep your legs, if they have been in an extended butterfly, it's okay. You can keep them out here for this pose. Or if it's uncomfortable, you can bring them into cross-legged. Or if you're watching the recording, still you're just have a bit too much tension in your hips, you can bring your legs out in front. Indeed, you can also be on a chair. Okay, we're just going to wake up the side body and wake up that right hip. So inhale, bringing the right arm up. That's it. And looking up towards the ceiling. And so when you look up towards the ceiling, like your nose is kind of aimed towards your bicep. If you do it this way, then, sorry, that's a delivery. We're getting deliveries for Christmas presents. Then you should feel a lovely, lovely stretch in the side of your neck. And right hand back to the mat and the left arm up. Feeling that lovely stretch from your left hip to your left ribs. There we go. Lovely. Oh, just do that all day. And left hand back to the mat and other side, right side again. Maybe you feel you can get the stretch a bit more. So don't forget, keep that right hip on the mat all times. Right hip on the mat. Make sure your chest is pressing forward, your chin is up. There we go, beautiful. Looking up towards the ceiling. And right hand back to the mat. Left arm up. Press the chest out. Left hip stays on the mat. That's it. Lovely. And the left hand back to the mat. Bring your chin down to your chest just for a moment. And bring it back up again. Now we're going to add the arms. Inhale, arms up over your head. Chin to chest and bend forward a little as much as you can. Bringing your hands to the ground. Your chin is on your chest. Feeling any release or tension. Notice if you feel anything in your hips right now. Down your spine. Maybe you don't. You're nice and lovely and malleable today. Inhale, arms up over your head again and arms down by your side. That's it. Okay, we're going to warm up with a few cat-cows, okay? We'll warm up the spine a little bit more. Just going to drip off another layer and get in some. And meeting in tabletop position. Remember to have your fingers nice and yogi wide. And your hips are under your knees, your shoulders are over your wrists. Remember to hold your stomach, your core nice and strong. So don't suck your tummy in nor let your stomach out. Just hold it nice and strong. That's it. Lovely. And we're going for cow. So exhale everything out of your lungs. And when you're ready, cow. Stomach drops, chin lifts, deep inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. Inhale, cow. Stomach drops, chin lifts, hips in the air. Lovely. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine, suck the tummy in. Inhale, stomach drops, chin lifts, deep inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. One more. Inhale, stomach drops, chin lifts or cow. And cat, chin to chest, round the spine. Well done. Bringing the right arm up towards the ceiling and threading it through the left side, right ear on the mat. Right arm up towards the ceiling again. And right hand back to the mat. Straight away, other side, the left arm up. Really feel in the shoulders. That's it. Left ear to the mat. Hips up nice and high. Keeping them over the knees. That's it. Left arm up. And left hand back to the mat. Cat, cow. Cow. Stomach drops. Chin lifts. Deep inhale. Cat. Chin to chest. Round the spine. Cow. Stomach drops. Chin lifts. Cat. Chin to chest. Round the spine. Back to tabletop. Walking hands forward for puppy dog pose. Bringing the forehead to the mat if possible. Really feel lovely stretch in the shoulders. Oh, lovely. Breathe. Hips staying over the knees. Walking the hands back. Bringing the toes together, the knees and mat distance apart, bringing the hips down on top of the heels and walking the hands forward, forehead to the mat. Breathe. Inhale. Lifting your hips up off your heels, back to tabletop position. That's it. Now slowly bring your gaze around to your right hip. Feeling that lovely stretch in the left side neck. And back to center. And now gaze at your left side hip. Without moving your body at all, just your neck. That's it. Back to center. Right now, other side, inhale, but this time bring your hip, right hip out to the right as much as possible without moving your leg, and look at the right hip, towards the right hip. That's it. And the other side, swing your hips over to the left, looking at the left hip, and back to center. Well done. If you want, coming back onto your hunkers, give your hands a little shake, your wrists. Take a glass of water. Now we're going to flow through all of that, okay? So when you're ready, meet me at tabletop. Okay, cat, cow. Cow, stomach drops, chin lifts, deep inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. Press up between those shoulder blades. Inhale, stomach drops, chin lifts. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. That's it. Back to tabletop. Inhale, right arm up. Thread it through the left side, right ear on the mat. Inhale, right arm up again. Exhale, right hand back to the mat. Inhale, left arm up. Thread it through. The exhale, left ear on the mat. Very quick pause. That's it. Left arm up. Left hand back to the mat. Walking the hands forward for puppy dog pose. Forehead on the mat. Breathe. Walking the hands back. And at the same time, toes together, knees apart. Hips down on the heels for child's pose. Extended child's pose and breathe. Bringing the hips up, back to tabletop. Cat, cow. Cat, stomach drops, chin lifts, deep inhale. Cat, chin to chest, around the spine. Cat, stomach drop, chin lifts, Hips high in the air. Cat, chin to chest. Bring the hips forward a little bit as your back rounds like an angry cat. Back to tabletop. Now start looking around towards your right hip and push your right hips out. Swing your hips out to the right side. That's it. Lovely. And the other side. Now swing the hips to the left and look at the left hip. Well done. Cat, cow, cow. Stomach drops, chin lifts, deep inhale. Cat, chin to chest, round the spine. Cat, stomach drops, chin lifts. Cat, chin to chest, round the spine. That's it. Turn the toes over, bringing the knees off the mat. Walk the hands forward a step. And coming into down dog. First down dog of the day. Challenge yourself to pedal your knees, so pedal your legs as slowly as possible. That's it. That's it. Harder to go slower. Pressing each heel down, one at a time, towards the earth. And let's get off these wrists. Walk your feet forward. Coming to ragdoll pose. That's feet hip distance apart. Grab opposite elbows. Wedge your torso down on top of your thighs. Let your head hang like a piece of fruit. And inhale, arms up over your head, palms to touch. Look up at your thumbs. Exhale, arms down by your side and breathe. Okay, just reposition. Okay, low lunge coming up. We're coming into a sequence with lots of hip openers here, okay? So we're going to do sun salutations. You know yourself, just take a moment, just have a wee look, okay? So sun salutations, as you know, we do the beginning with the side, but I want you to have a look at this bit when we go high plank. So this is the full expression. If you've been coming to yoga for a while, you're probably going to do high plank, halfway, low down, and then up dog, roll ankles in towards each other, flip the feet over into down dog. Now, if you've been coming just a little bit, I mean, you're only starting off or you're here just a few months, you're probably coming into high plank, but on your knees, flipping the feet over, lowering down to mini cobra, and then flipping your feet. So just so you know, you've got options there. You've also got options in between, which would be high plank, down to low, mini cobra, but not so medium, midi cobra, and then down dog, okay? There is no, do not worry. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Make sure you do the version that makes you feel good and that there's no pain, okay? So if you would like a sun salutation class or sun salutation workshop, let me know and I'll work it out, okay? Put it into the schedule. So standing at the top of your mat, Tadasana, with your straight line from your ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle. And breathe. This is our posture pose. And inhale, arms up over the head, palms to touch, look up at the thumb. Exhale, right arm back and left arm forward, look at the right thumb. Inhale, arms up over the head, look at the thumb. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward, hips facing forward. Inhale, arms up over the head. Exhale, forward fold, let the head hang. Bend the knees. Inhale, straighten the knees, straighten the legs. Halfway lift, straight back. That's it. Hands on the mat, walking the feet all the way back to the length of yourself to high plank or plank on your knees. I'm going to go knees, okay? So I'm flipping my feet over, so on my knees, I'm lowering all the way down to the mat. Peeling my chest off the mat, mini cobra, Elbows in nicely. Well done. Beautiful. So you know to do your own version. And to down dog. Breathe. Pressing your chest towards your legs and down dog. The next exhale, walk your feet forward to behind your hands. Inhale, halfway lift shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up over your head, palms to touch. Look up at your thumbs. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale, arms up over the head. Look at the thumbs. Exhale, right arm back and left arm forward. Inhale, arms up over your head. Look at your thumbs. Inhale, exhale, back and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the mat. Walk baby steps back or take a big step back. High plank or plank on your knees. Lowering all the way down to the mat for mini cobra or halfway down. Flip the feet for up dog. And flip the feet back over again for down dog. Breathe. Lifting the right leg high for three-leg dog. That's it. Bend the right knee and just opening at the hip. A lovely, lovely opening in that right hip. Now straighten the leg again and bring it forward. Place it in between the hands. So we use your hand to grab your ankle and shimmy that leg up a little bit if it needs be. Dropping the left knee down. And bring your arms up over your head for low lunge. Now, if it's in your practice to do so, lift your left knee up for low lunge. That's it. Well done. Now, I like to keep your arms at shoulder distance for low lunge. I don't think there's any reason to kind of put your palms of your hands together and just bringing more tension into the shoulder. Keep the arms shoulder distance apart. And with your next exhale, hands down on the mat to frame the right foot back to left foot. You're now in high plank. You can drop your knees down to the mat to come down, chaturanga. So high plank, low plank, mini cobra, or indeed, you know the other way to do it if you're coming here a bit longer. And then back to down dog. That's it. So if you're coming for a wee while now, or you've been coming to my classes for a while and you hear me saying chaturanga, you know what to do. Your high plank, low plank, up dog, down dog. I'm going to do the beginner version, okay? Left leg high, three-leg dog. Bend that left knee. Pressing the left knee up towards the ceiling. That's it, just opening at that left hip. Now left leg high again, and lovely strong leg. Before you bring it through, the hands. If you wish, you can drop your knee down now. If you wish, you can go straight into low lunge from a raised knee. So I'm going to drop down. The modification is dropping the right knee down and then shoulders over hips, arms up over your head. And if you wish, bringing the right knee up. That's it. So it's not always a test of strength, which way you come into a pose. It's more of a test of the strength of your own mind, whether or not you figured out the best way for your body. Because sometimes coming into into a pose in a way that looks fancy might be the worst thing for your knees or your hips. Hands down to frame the left foot. Left foot back to meet right foot in high plank. Chaturanga. So high plank, low plank, up dog, down dog, or plank on the knees. Lowering all the way down with control. Mini cobra. Flip the feet over, up dog. That's it. Well done. Breathe. Lifting the right leg high again. And bringing it through. Coming up on the ball of the left foot and rotating that foot around, meeting me in warrior two. Now, warrior two, the back leg, the left leg in this case, is parallel with the short side of the mat. The right leg, the leading leg, which is the right leg, is parallel with the long side of the mat. And we're really sitting into that front right leg, trying to get a lovely right angle. That's it. Breathe. Hip opener, the big hip opener, warrior two. Look at the right fingernails. Try and keep that left arm from coming around. So try and keep it in line with the right arm. Left hand onto the back leg and bringing the right arm up towards the ceiling. A slight slant curve over the head. Look up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Exhale everything out of your lungs and inhale back to warrior two. So we're not moving anything under our hips right now. And turn the right toes in. So that both feet are now parallel to the short side of the mat. Inhale, arms up over the head, look at the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold, hands on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, look up towards the camera. And exhale, forward fold. Hands on the mat, feet on the mat. We're going to try and keep our legs as straight as possible. You might feel sensations all over your legs. If you have anything going on in the back of your knees, like too much tension or they almost feel weak, put a micro bend in your knees. That's it. If you start getting like little pains in the inside of your thighs, it's overly uncomfortable, walk your feet in towards each other a little. Might just be overstretching those inner thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, all the way. Warrior two on the other side. Left heel in. So our right foot hasn't even moved. Well, the position hasn't moved. You can bring your legs further apart if you wish. Now our leading leg is the left leg. And that's parallel with the long side of the mat. Our right leg is the rear leg, and that is parallel with the short side of the mat. Look at the left fingernails. Keep the left knee tracking over the left ankle. Sitting nicely in. So the more you can get a 90-degree angle with your thigh and your calf, the more you're going to sit open and sit into those hips. Okay, so if you're up here and you don't really feel anything, I don't really get warrior two, I don't feel how it's doing anything for me, then bring your knee over your left ankle a bit more. Get into that 90-degree angle and then see how your hips feel. Might really feel it. Please let me know if you feel your hips in warrior two. You can send me WhatsApp or put it in a comment on the socials. Right hand on right leg, left arm up over the head. Look at the ceiling. That's it. Breathe. Now, exhale everything out of your lungs and inhale back to warrior two. Turn the left toes in. Stay where you are. I'm going to move. Left toes in. That's it. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, you know it's coming, goddess. You can do a verbal exhale if you wish. Inhale, star. And of course, goddess pose is a hip opener. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Okay, lowering down now. We're coming to one of my least favorite yoga poses. We're coming into goddess lunges. So walking your hands down to the mat. We're bringing our heads down. We're going to come down very slowly, okay? So your hips are still up in the air, but keep your head down. Your hands are in the center of the mat. Now start walking the hands very slowly over to the right foot, towards the right foot, in place in front of the right foot. Bring your hip down on top of the right heel and let the left leg go long. That's it. Lovely. Now, if you've been practicing for a while, or if you have it in your practice, you can bring your left hand into prayer and your right hand into prayer. Keeping your shoulders over your hips. You can even try and bring your hips off your ankle a little bit. I can't do this because of my knee operation, so well done. Absolutely beautiful. Well done. Now inhale, coming up to go over. So we're coming out and up to center. So make sure you come up to go over. Think about that one, okay? Really important. Now making our way over to the left side and we come down onto the left hip down to the left heel, right leg out long. Lovely hip openers here. I can bring my shoulders over my hips for this one. I can come into prayer on this side. Well done. Beautiful. Hands back to the mat. If you wish, you can come back over to goddess squat on the right side. And if you can do it while keeping your hands in prayer, well done. I can't. Hands back over to the left side. That's the aim, is to go from one side to the other, just using the leg strength. And actually, you know, a minute ago, I couldn't bring my hands into prayer on the right side. And now that I've done it a few times, I'm starting to feel that I can. So that just goes to show. I haven't done this pose since my knee operation, and just 2 or 3 in, and I'm getting back some range of motion. That really just shows. Coming into forward fold. When you're ready. That's it. Okay, yogi squat. So I know these hip openers are a lot, okay? Do what you can. Walking the feet in towards each other. Heel toe, until they're a bit wider than hip distance. Bringing your hips down in between your heels. Your bum is as close to the mat as possible. Walk the hands out in front. Exaggerated. Really walk the mat. And then, so we're walking our hands out in front to get our shoulders as close to our knees as possible. That's it. And then bring your hands into prayer. Should look like a mad little frog or something. Your elbows against your shins. So if I bring up my arm, you'll see. That's it. Breathe out. Yogi squat is one of the biggest hip openers. It's not easy. You can also use a block and sit on a block. Have your hips further apart. Okay. So it's very, very prominent yoga pose for pregnancy yoga. Opening the hips. It's good for all of us. I wouldn't doubt if it even helps bowel movements. Breathe. That's it. Hands back to the mat. down at the floor before raising your hips up really slowly. And coming up, shaking it out. Shake out. Well done. Coming into tree pose. Tree pose is like cat-cow. It's an anchor pose for our yoga. So it's really an all-rounder. Bringing the right knee up and bringing it out. Either bringing the right sole of the foot against the left inner thigh or against the right thigh. So see already our hips are in action. Our hips are in action for most of our yoga, and especially tree, warrior, left hand into prayer, right hand into prayer. Breathe. Right hand on top of the right knee, bending the left knee a little bit and bringing the coming out of the pose the way you came in. The left knee forward and bringing the left sole of the foot against the left inner thigh or against the left calf. If you feel like it's comfortable to do so, bringing your right hand into prayer and your left hand into prayer. And breathe. That's it. Left knee back to center. All right. Shake it out. Well done. Stand top of the mat. We're going to sun salutation. Then we're going to sun salutation to lizard pose. Okay. So inhale, arms up over your head, palms to touch. Look up at the thumb. Exhale, forward fold, let the head hang. Bring your chin to your chest. Bring your torso to your legs. Bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, the opposite. So straight legs, straight back. Exhale, hands on the mat. Walk the legs back for your chaturanga within the sun salutation. Making sure that the inner elbows are facing each other. So you're either in high plank or plank on your knees. Now lowering all the way down to the mat or halfway down. Mini cobra or up dog. Flip the feet over. Everyone meets in down dog. Or if down dog doesn't suit you, puppy dog. Breathe. So if there's any part of these yoga poses that we do a lot and it doesn't suit you, text me, WhatsApp me, let me know, and I'll give you an alternative, okay? Not things like the specialized things like, you know, the low lunge, the, what were we doing? Goddess lunges, that's specialized hip opener, but let me know and I'll tell you. Okay, right leg up high. Bring that right leg up high, opening out that hip, and bring that right foot in between the legs. Now wait here a moment, okay? Because this is not where we're gonna stay. Lowering the left knee down. And walk the right foot over to the edge of the mat. So you have to lift your right hand out of the way, okay? And bring it the other side of the right foot. So if you're looking down at your hands and feet and reading from left to right, you're going to read left hand, right foot. That's it. So I'll just go like this for the camera. I think you can see there. Okay. So it's important that your hips are ahead of your knee. So don't have your hips over your knee like this. Hips are ahead of your knee. There we go. Lovely. So obtuse angle with that left leg. Now we're getting into those hips. So this is lizard pose. This is a favorite for some people. If your arms are not stretching down to the mat comfortably, you can use blocks. So you can use blocks. You stay there. I'm going to go over this side so you can see my hands. Okay. So you can use blocks. You can use your blocks on this end either. On the high end, just make sure that your knee is over your ankle. Blocks. That's why they have all different sides, so you can choose which height is good for you. If you have it in your practice and you've been coming to yoga for a while, you can even bring your right elbow to the mat and your left elbow to the mat. Ooh, even just for a few seconds. That's a really opening up the hip there. And I'm coming out of that, right hand to the mat, left hand to the mat. I find that easier in the summer when it's a bit warmer. Well done. Come back out the way we came in. Lift the right arm up. You can even exaggerate it by lifting it up to the ceiling while you walk that right foot back in and bring it back down. There we go. Make it a flow. Turn the left toes over, lift the left knee up. That's it. And slowly bring your hips up a little bit before you bring your right foot back. Come straight into down dog. Well done. It's an awkward one to get out of, but I'm here. Left leg up. Now left leg. Bring it through the hands. Lowering the right knee down. Lift the left arm up to the ceiling and walk the left foot out to the side of the mat. Bring the left hand down to the inside of the left foot. I'm reading from left to right, left foot, left hand, right hand. There we go. Well done. Breathe. Remember, you can use your blocks on any side or corner. And just because you need your block at the highest level now, doesn't mean if you do the recording every day, that next Sunday or next, let's say Sunday's rest day, so next Saturday, all of a sudden you've gone from the high block end to the medium. No, don't underestimate how quickly you can make progress with your yoga practice. Left elbow to the mat, right elbow to the mat if it's in your practice today. Back to regular lizard. The left arm up with the inhale, walk the left foot back in towards the center of the mat, left hand back to the mat, turn the right toes over, lift the right knee up, bring the hips back a little bit, straightening that left leg a little bit before bringing that left foot back to meet the right foot in down dog. Breathe. That's it. Well done. If you want to go for a chaturanga, if you haven't had enough today and you want to go for a chaturanga and meet us back in down dog, go for it. Okay. I'm going to do the two of them so you can see which is which. So I'm bringing my body forward into high plank, on the knees, lowering all the way down to the mat, flipping the feet over for mini cobra, elbows tucked in. And then flipping the feet back over for down dog. Or that's the modified version. This is the regular version, high plank, low plank, up dog, down dog. Breathe. Lift the right leg high in three-leg dog. Now listening carefully for half pigeon. If this doesn't suit you, then do the yoga pose before. Lizard pose again, but bring that right knee towards the right wrist. That's it. Lowering the left hip down. You can even bring a block to underneath your left hip, underneath your right hip, wherever you have the permission to have as many cushions around you as possible and wedge them around your hips to try and find a sweet spot, okay? There's no rules or laws or anything. The most important thing is don't push into pain. Just because you could do it yesterday doesn't mean that today it's going to come just as easily. Every day we're different from what we've eaten, how we've slept. Did we carry in all the shopping unbalanced? Did we do physical work unbalanced? Someone literally hanging onto your leg, looking up towards the ceiling. Before slowly, if it's in your practice, bringing left elbow to the mat, right elbow to the mat. And if it's in your practice, you can even stretch your arms out in front of you and bring your forehead to the mat. Wherever you are, breathe. Slowly walking your hands back, bringing your shoulders over or up, over the hips again, over the knees. Turn those left toes over and start pressing your hands into the mat. So we're coming out, okay? So start pressing your hands into the mat, lifting your hips up until your right leg becomes free. And very gently and slowly bring it back to meet the left foot in down dog. Other side, left leg up high. And bring the left knee to the left wrist. Lowering down the right hip. This. Look up towards the ceiling. Feel in the lower back. So that's actually, you can let me know if you can feel, like which pose, which pose do you feel the most in your hips? You can let me know after, if you're on the live class, after class, or if you're watching the recording, let me know on WhatsApp, or Facebook comment, or on Instagram comment. That's it, lowering down onto your elbows. So this is half pigeon. And you know warrior two. Or lizard, is it lizard? Maybe it's butterfly, the yoga pose we did at the beginning. Don't worry if you don't remember the names of the poses, just describe it to me. Tell me the minutes on the recording and then I'll tell you which one it is. It's really good for me to know and good for you to know too. Walking the hands back onto the mat, bringing the chest up, shoulders up, turn the right toes over, lifting the hips off the mat and the right knee and slowly pressing your hands into the mat. Bring your hips up off the mat. Bring your left foot back to meet your right foot. That's it, into down dog. Well done. Lowering your knees to the mat, toes together, come into a lovely child's pose. Breathe. Slowly bring your hips up into tabletop. Just a moment while we walk our knees forward and maybe into Dandasana. Sitting with the legs out in front. Bring it right, let me think about this for the camera. Left knee up. Cross the left foot over the right foot. Left arm up. Left hand to behind the back for Lord of the Fishes twist, okay? So bring the right arm up. Now either slice that right elbow in between the left leg and the torso, or wrap your right arm around your left leg. That's it. Breathe. Slow, so your chest is pointing towards the left, and your chin is coming towards your left shoulder. Keep the shoulders over the hips. Slowly inhale back to center, left leg back to Dandasana. And lift the right knee up. Right foot over the left foot. Right arm up. Right arm to behind the back. Left arm up. Wrap it around that left leg. That's the modification. Or left arm up and slice the left elbow through the space between the torso and the right leg. That's it. The chest is really opening out to the right side, and the chin is coming around to the right shoulder. Breathe. And releasing, coming back to Dandasana, and bringing the hips forward, feeding me in wind removing pose. The whole spine on the back, on the whole spine on the mat, pull back on the mat. Chin into the chest, wrap your arms around your thighs or around your legs, whatever is accessible to you today. And rock side to side if you wish. Today we're going to release just one leg. So release the left leg, still holding on to that right leg. There we go. So release the left leg flat down on the mat. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Now, see that right leg. Think about bringing the right knee as close to the right armpit as possible. So you're bringing your leg, we're not pressing it against the ribs. We're kind of bringing it out a little bit, dodging the ribs. That's it. So I didn't really move it, just micro movements. Okay, I'm not, look, see, just slowly. So it was here, if it's wind removing, close. I'm just bringing it over a little. That's it. And down towards the armpit. Just, you're going to feel, or you should feel sensation in a different, tiny little bit different part of your hip. So your hips are complex, like they're huge as well. Like there's so much going on in that socket, the ball, there's so much, there's lots of little areas that places could, you know, that need to be loosened up, exercised, given attention. And release that right leg back to center. Sorry, release that right leg long again. And now lifting just the left leg. So bring it into your chest, but then bring it the other side of your left rib cage, your left ribs. And squeezing it down towards the mat as close to the left armpit as possible. Just noticing the sensations that you feel, where you might be on your hips. Does it feel good? And self-exploration. If you bring the knee a little bit more to the left, can you feel a little bit more or a different sensation? Does it feel good? Does it feel worse? If it doesn't feel as nice, then move the leg a little bit towards the right again. Just millimeters here. And release, left leg down long. Well done. Shimmy the feet back in to as close to the bum as possible for bridge pose. Palms of the hands against the mat. Inhale. With the exhale, lift your hips up as high as you can. That's it. Lovely. So you should feel lovely and loose in the hips now. Tension should be just kind of floating away after the poses. So releasing back down to one vertebrae at a time until your hips are on the mat again. Inhale. And exhale, lift the hips up. Your human slide. Bring your knees to your shoulders. Lifting the hips up a little bit more, feeling it in your shoulders. Don't move your head in this position. Well done. Beautiful. And lowering all the way down to the mat, really slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Bring your legs into your chest, both of them. Wrap your arms around your legs and just pop side to side here. There we go. Making sure that your lower back is on the mat during winter moving poses. Really important. And left foot to the mat, right ankle on top of the left leg, as close to the knee as possible. Right heel of the hand, press it into the inner thigh. Making sure the right toes are pointing towards the right knee. It's a big hip opener. So this one is thread the needle, part 1. For part 2, release the right hand away from the right leg. Thread your right hand through the hole you created with your legs, but at the same time, kick your legs off the mat, bring your legs towards your torso. Interlace your fingers behind your left thigh or in front of your left shin. This is thread the needle, part 2. If you wish, you can do some ankle circles with that left foot. That's it. So 3 or 4 clockwise and then 3 or 4 anti-clockwise. Better to do them slowly and thoroughly than rushed and just you're not really getting into the nooks and crannies of your ankle joint. That's it, lovely. Left foot back to the mat, right foot back to the mat, other side, left ankle on top of the right thigh, as close to the right knee as possible. Left heel of the hand towards the hip. Releasing the left hand away from the left knee. Bringing the left hand in through the hole you created with your legs. And at the same time, lifting the legs up towards the torso. Interlace the fingers behind the right thigh or in front of the right shin. Point the left toes towards the left knee and breathe. Right foot back to the mat, left foot back to the mat, coming into Shavasana. So if you wish, you can do an alternative Shavasana, which would be extended butterfly. So the way we started, okay, and you can use the blocks underneath your hips, or you can go into normal Shavasana pose, corpse pose for Shavasana, which is the legs are further apart, toes flopped out to the either side of the room, arms comfortably a comfortable distance from your body, with your palms facing off. Get any hoodies, socks, blankies, anything you wish to make these few minutes nice and comfy. Just gone over that hour and Slowly bringing awareness back to your body. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Stretching your legs out long if they weren't already there. And stretching your whole body. And someone's pulling your fingers, someone else is pulling your toes. Inhale, suck in your tummy in the way you really shouldn't. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, suck your stomach in, stretch your body as long as you can, like a rubber band. And exhale, let it go. Bringing your legs into your chest momentarily before bringing them over to the right hand side. Coming into a fetal position. Press your left hand into the mat and come into butterfly pose once again. And just notice how your hips feel now. Do they feel less tension around your hips, maybe your inner thighs? Placing your hands on top of your knees or indeed into prayer. The light and love in me honors the light and love in you. Namaste. You have this recording for 7 days. I should have it to you within the hour. I'll see you next week. Hope everything is good. And let me know if you have any questions via WhatsApp. Don't forget to let me know which one is your favorite, the most hip releasing pose for you.